It is time for your Marvel Strike Force weekly news update, and oh, what a crazy week it has been. Blitz store madness, insane Blitz scores, and yeah, we got some more rumors about some potentially upcoming characters. But you know what I want to do before I do all that? I do want to mention the sponsor of this video, ClanHQ. What is ClanHQ, you may ask? Well, it is a brand new, fully featured messaging app, and it is free right now on the Android and iOS stores. It has all kind of features that can integrate with over 75 different games, including Marvel Strike Force. You have a fully featured chat with stickers, GIFs, photos, badges, and more. You have a notification setting so that you can tag people and see everyone that reads your messages. You can store your game data right in the app, so anyone that wants to check out your entire roster, they can do it with just a click of a button. And that's really valuable, guys, if you're an alliance leader or you are someone that is looking for an alliance. Yes, you could find it all right within ClanHQ. You could find the perfect match with just a few clicks, and because the game data is integrated with the app itself, you could show off things like your total collection power, your strongest team power, and you could show it off to anyone that wants it right in the app itself. So if you want to learn more about ClanHQ, check out the link in the description. They're adding new features all the time, guys. It's really good stuff. And if you want to be one of the first to use it, make sure you check it out. So make sure you use that link in the description so you can be one of the first to use ClanHQ before this thing blows up. But if you are ready to hear all about the news, let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? It is news time, and as usual, my partner in crime, brother Khasino, what is up? How are you doing? How was your week?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Ooh, a lot of stuff going on. We got new character rumors. Hopefully you will talk about some of those. We got some teases about AIM from Cerebra that we're going to talk about. And some people got some awesome skin surveys, and we're going to be talking all about those, guys. Before we get into all the news, as usual, want to mention the sponsor of this video. In addition to ClanHQ, we have BlueStacks. It is my emulator of choice. 60 frames per second. Make sure you have the latest version so you can take it full advantage of that. There's also some cool new Valley merch on the site, so check out that link. Patreon is also there, and as usual, guys, these news videos go long, so in the description there are timestamps, obviously. First topic, though, this is a busy news week. Rescue Blitz. Or Rescue was added to the Blitz store, or Blitz orbs, but not the store. What are your thoughts on this? I know a lot of people were very angry about this.
Yeah, there was a lot of outrage over this, and I don't think it's entirely warranted, but the thing is, this was, it wasn't that Rescue is in the Blitz orbs, it's that it was one more thing to have to put Blitz resources toward, and it's that it's one more thing to have to put Blitz resources toward that isn't a great value for those Blitz credits. I mean, the Blitz orbs themselves are a good value. So for most players who don't have most of the characters in the Blitz store at 7-star, they can just keep doing what they should have been doing the whole time, which is just buying Blitz orbs. Like, for most people, this is a good thing. Yeah. But most of the content creators are very late game, end game players, and for them, they don't have the ability to focus farm Rescue, so now they're forced to spend their little bit of extra Blitz currency at a chance to get Rescue. And when you don't get Rescue 12 times in a row, it feels like you're just throwing away the few Blitz credits that you have, and it's very unsatisfying.
Very valuable Blitz orbs currency, right?
Yeah, very much. And that's the other thing that this issue kind of highlighted, and it's a much bigger topic of discussion, and for what it's worth, I can assure people listening that there is a lot of discussion going on about this on the Envoy server. Yeah. Plenty of people had a lot to say about this, but this really highlighted an issue. It's not, again, so much that Rescue is in the Blitz orbs. Yeah. It's that people want to focus farm Rhino. They want to focus farm Rescue, but they can't. And they can barely afford to do either of those things because to be competitive in Alliance War, they have to spend all their Blitz currency on war supplies, mainly war boosts and war energy.
Yeah.
And that's really the issue is all the competitive alliances, they don't have the extra Blitz currency, and so it's forcing them to have to do 10 hours of blitzing every day just to be able to afford a little bit of character shard farming in addition to funding war. Yeah. So it's actually not so much about rescue, and it's not so much about
rescue is more that straw that broke the camel's back and just highlighted the issues that's going on with the Blitz store and war. And kind of what mentioned previously in a different video about you're kind of trading Blitz currency for war currency, and is it worth it to get that war currency? Really, on a war per war basis, I'm not sure if it is.
Right. If the war stuff wasn't in the Blitz store, then it would just be, okay, I'm spending my Blitz currency on Blitz orbs, and I have a good chance of getting rescue. That's fine. But because it's I have a very, very, very small amount of Blitz credits left after I bought my war stuff, and I've been blitzing all day for this.
Yeah.
What's the one thing I'm going to get with this little bit of extra? I'm going to get a Blitz orb. I want rescue, but I got Drax or whoever it is.
A monstrosity,
so you get my point.
Baby.
Yeah, a monstrosity. There you go. Very unsatisfying, and so if you continue to be proactive in war, you're looking at getting rescued to the next star level sometime in a year and a half from now, something.
Yeah, so. This was tough. I mean, our alliance was discussing what do we do with war all the way back when Mantis was added to the store, because it's we need Mantis, but we need to play hard in war. We need a certain amount of charges every day for the war to be competitive in there. How do we get Mantis? And then we shortly after that had a Blitz, so got that. But then Rhino was added, and now Rescue in a not very friendly farmable way, and it's just getting kind of overwhelming right now.
Yep. We'll talk about it more in depth in some upcoming content that I plan on doing both on my channel and with other content creators. But at the end of the day, I think pretty much everyone agrees that you shouldn't have to blitz a ton just to participate in war. War should kind of be its own thing that shouldn't require tons of blitzing.
Yeah.
And then Blitz should just be rewarding on its own, right? If Blitz had really good rewards, people would just want to do Blitz because it would be worth doing. So.
Yeah, and the milestones are actually pretty good in my opinion. I like the milestone rewards that we get from Blitz, but it's everything after that, and there's some changes. We'll talk about some Blitz changes coming up in just a little bit, but there's been a lot of alliances that had some fallout. I know my alliance personally has made some changes to the way we war because of just the overwhelming nature that we're feeling from the Blitz store. I know you guys are talking about some changes as well. I know there's a lot of other alliances that are kind of changing the way they do business. What is going on with you guys? How has this affected you guys personally?
I mean, we a little while back even we kind of adjusted our war strategy to do 2 wars seriously and 1 war not seriously each week. And on the not serious war, we don't use any boosts. We don't buy any energy. We just kind of accept that loss. And if we can win 4 out of 6, we'll do well enough for what we're content with for the Alliance War season.
Yeah.
We literally did it last season. We went 4-2, and we placed exactly rank 50, which was amazing. And that leaves us enough Blitz currency to do some farming of either Rhino or Blitz orbs for rescue. So
that's the way I think a lot of alliances are shifting to, just from what I am hearing, or the limited alliances that I am talking to. But yeah, we used to go really, really hard, required 3 energy refreshes, sometimes 4, but now we're just 2 energy refreshes and kind of sorting things out, see how that
does. It's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling saying we're gonna intentionally not try hard in war because we can't afford it and the roster progression we want. That's not a good feeling.
It's weird design. I don't think that was their intent in doing all this stuff, but that's kind of been the result of all this stuff being added to the Blitz store, and the only place
I'll tell you what their intent was. It's the $9.99 war offer that gives you energy and boosts.
Oh, yeah.
They want you to buy that so you can keep doing Blitz.
Yeah, because you can't play war without those and farm and
right.
You have to play Blitz. It's just. Yeah,
some offers are worth buying because they're really good value. That offer feels like a tax.
Yeah. So something needs to change in war, and it doesn't feel right the way the current system is right now. Any proposed changes that you would have just off the top of your head? I know we didn't talk about this beforehand, but what would you do to kind of solve this issue?
I would just put the Alliance war stuff in other locations. Put it in the supply shop for gold, or you can make it purchasable for cores, but a small amount of cores. You could put it in the arena store, or make it common drops in like the Kingpin Arena orb, or common drops from the milestone orb, or just make it a guaranteed reward from the milestones, but just separate it from Blitz. A big complaint I'm hearing out of my alliance right now is we like doing raids, we like doing war, we like the option to not always have to do Blitz. We like doing some blitzes and not doing others. And right now it sucks that we have to do Blitz, otherwise we have to buy an offer, or we have to let our team down in war. And that sucks.
And even if you're constantly blitzing, that's a lot of blitzing, because what are you getting, 10 of those per win? So you need to win a lot per week just to remain whole just in war. And that's not even farming any characters. So yeah, it needs to change. I like those solutions, it's adding them to different stores as well. It's a good.
It's unsatisfying when you're doing fight after fight in a blitz where you don't even want to like steal the top 1500 spot from someone who needs the character. You might already have them at 7 stars, and you're being forced to, so you can participate in warriors. Yeah, exactly that. They still find a way to Iron Fist us.
Yes, Fox next. Come on, fix this, please. This could be a much better mode, much more satisfying mode for everybody. But in other news,
I plan to start pushing against this.
Whoa, what are you saying? I didn't hear.
I plan to start pushing against this a little bit harder. It seems to be frustrating a lot of members of my alliance. It doesn't bother me as much, but I get why everyone else is frustrated, and I agree. They shouldn't have to blitz to be able to participate in war.
Yeah. Or have to throw war on purpose every third war to throw it down on purpose. It's just it doesn't seem like a good system.
Nope.
So next thing on the docket, we got a Shuri event. The legendary Shuri came back finally. I got her to 6 stars. I know you got her to 7 stars. How was the event? How'd you like this event?
I find it interesting. They give you a bunch of the characters. I thought it was funny that on the 7th stage, it's set up like one of the campaign events where it like starts explaining to you how Killmonger works. I've had Killmonger for a long time, but thanks for teaching me about Killmonger.
And he was out months before the Shuri event, the first Shuri event. He was out a while before that.
Yeah,
so.
It's very confusing.
So what are your thoughts on Shuri now that you have her up to 7 stars? Much better, about the same? What are your thoughts on her?
Not too different. Her health gain is kind of nice, but it's not. If I remember correctly, mine gained like 10,000 health, although I think mine's only at 3 red stars. She might be at 4 red star now, I don't remember. But mine gained like 10,000 health, so it's not a massive difference in her heals or anything. It is good that she has that extra survivability, because every once in a while she would get sniped out in a difficult stage. But
hold on, did you go from 6 to 7 or from 5 to 7?
6 to 7.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I went from 5 to 6. She's still significantly lower than any of my other Wakandans, so I didn't notice too much of a difference. I probably should build her up a little more. Definitely want to build her up. But
yeah, to her credit, she's a very, very strong solo character, and you can throw her on a lot of teams and ever be very effective. I mean, if nothing else, there's one thing that she does incredibly well that no one else really covered, and that is that you can throw her on any team, and she'll spawn with speed up, pretty much always go first, like maybe not against Korath and stuff, I'll have to check, but for the most part, always go first, and 2-turn defense up an entire team just right off the bat. So Shuri's like insurance against any team with like a big opening. Like she single-handedly neuters the brawler team, stuff like that. You know, she's immediately makes teams like effectively counter Fury Shield. So yeah, just really, really good. Plus,
you mentioned her as a 5th to that Fantastic Four team if you're using Fantastic Four in the raid, just theory crafting. So it's another interesting use for her. Like just making a good raid
pretty
team.
Well.
Cool. This was a crazy weekend. This was crazy. with blitzing. It's like we're talking about war and blitzing this whole time. Crazy blitz, Human Torch blitz, highest scores ever. This is the highest I pushed. I didn't make it in the top 100. You didn't try for the top 100 because you were out of town. We're going to talk about that in a bit as well. But man, what is going on with these scores? These scores are just getting crazier and crazier. I mean, people's rosters are growing, so you expect some increase of scores, but man, these scores are like exponentially higher.
Yeah, they were really high, and we had to predict for them, like we always do, and we predicted higher than had ever been scored before, and a couple of us even really pushed it. We're like, as high as we think it is, let's go just a little bit higher, just to be absolutely safe. And then we were still off. I think if I remember, like our highest prediction was like 9.3, and it was 9.9 million. So, and so that said, like we've been accused before of like driving up the scores, and I don't think in general we have that kind of reach, but specifically for new characters, I'm not sure. I don't think that, if we'd predicted 13 mil, I don't think it would have been everything over 13 in the top 1500. But I think that us, predicting already in the 9 millions could have had something to do with it going a little bit higher. But who knows? I mean, people were going to go as hard as they could. He's a huge part of that team. He's a really strong character. He's a popular character. Like, the scores were going to be really high anyway, so this is one of the first blitzes where I'm wondering what our predictions did.
I got to experiment. Maybe you guys go all super low for Mr. Fantastic, and hopefully that won't. We'll see what happens. It's kind of an experiment, right?
The problem with that is that it just screws over everyone that
it's
trusts the predictions.
Joke. It's more of a joke. Don't really do it, but I do. I don't want to see them go higher. This is crazy. This was
either. But look, at the end of the day, when we're talking top 1500, what you're basically saying is like the top 1500 either, for the most part, biggest rosters, biggest spenders. Obviously, there's some people that don't rank in the top 1500, but they have the free time to score high enough to get in there. But generally speaking, you're talking about the top 1500 most dedicated, most determined players. And so those players don't drop out that much. Like if they have that level of dedication, they love the game, they play a lot.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, a new person will show up and will be willing to spend like crazy or whatever it is. So I feel like naturally that just tends to get pushed higher anyway.
Yeah, they should, because rosters are expanding. But man, this was a big increase, especially from the last big one that we've had. I think it was Colossus was the last big one that people pushed for, right? So this was a huge increase over that, and it really makes me scared for Mr. Fantastic.
I will say I don't think Mr. Fantastic will be as high as Human Torch. I think it'll be close, but I don't think it'll be as high. But I think he'll be like slightly less, because the thing is with Human Torch, this was during the Namor event, so not only do you have people wanting Namor, but you're getting all those milestone rewards.
True. So people that were not even caring about this character were playing anyway for Namor. So yeah, I know. In my alliance, there was a few of us that were pushing for top 100, and we were all looking at those scores and saying, "Is that gonna be too high, too low?" So yeah, it was too low. What do you think? We got some blitzes coming up. I know we got Mr. Fantastic, and they'll probably be releasing more characters in Blitz down the road. What do you see as some solutions for this Blitz issue? I know we mentioned a few of them before we started recording, but Blitz, how can they improve this mode? They've talked about it a little bit. I know Cerebro mentioned it on your conversation with him a few weeks back, right?
Yeah. Basically, they said they want to change up Blitz because Blitz is the mode that's supposed to occupy the most of our time, and they want to figure out how to make it fun and how to make it rewarding. Like they want people to enjoy Blitz and be happy about doing it a lot. And so they're trying to figure out the best way to do that. And I think that they took some positive steps. They're obviously still in the experimentation phase, but they experimented with like, what if you always got a loot drop? And they've done that, and that seems to be pretty popular. A lot of people say they really like, always getting some orb frags per win. I personally like it.
So I know we were talking about the loot drops before we started recording. You were asking me what would be like a proper amount that I would feel for these loot boxes dropping. And I was thinking, one full Blitz rotation, you get an orb. What let me throw that question back at you though. What do you think would be a proper amount to get one orb?
I actually agree with you completely. I would be pretty comfortable with roughly one orb per rotation. That would feel pretty satisfying. And as it is, that you can get 3 in one rotation if you get a bunch of 2,000 drops.
Oh yeah.
When you're getting them 50 at a time.
Yeah, 50 is a little too low, but it is still better than how they've done this in the past, where you've gotten 0 sometimes. So
yep, but
50
so
is
let
better.
me ask you.
I'm sorry.
Just purely out of my own curiosity, would you be happier with twice as many orb drops or twice as many frags, same rate of orb drops? Which would feel better to you?
I mean, I if you on the law of averages, it's going to equal the same thing,
right?
If you're doing that, but I think opening more orbs, I think would feel better to me, just from a psychological perspective. I'd rather open them more and get more chances of having a good drop than open them less, even if the chances are higher. So just, I think that
if you remember, this is exactly what they experimented with back with some of the early event campaigns. They had the drop rate on the nodes not that much, but then the orbs are really good. And when people are like, we're not getting enough orbs, they said, okay, you can have twice as many orbs for half as many shards.
Yeah,
it equaled out to the same amount, but people are like, this is way better.
I think it feels better. What do you think? Would you rather have the more orbs or the more shards? And even though it's equal at the end.
So truthfully, if you can, for me personally, if you can get it to the point where, like, I don't know, how rare they'd have to make these orbs, but if like the minimum drop could be like a 20 and the maximum drop could be like a 100, I would be fine with like only getting like 2 of those an entire blitz, but knowing I'm getting a big chunk. That's just me personally. It would feel unsatisfying as we were grinding them out.
Well, that would be 60. That would be a minimum of 60 shards. That wouldn't be that bad per blitz, right? So
yeah. Well, I mean, with Namor now, admittedly, Namor he's coupled with the milestones. Most of his shards are supposed to come from the milestones, but we mathed it out, and if you're doing as much blitz as we are and hitting most of the milestones, if not all, like you're gonna get a 4-star Namor just from this. So
yeah, I got 4-star. My Namor. I was hoping to get a 5. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's just not enough time left. But how did your alliance do on the milestones? Did you guys finish them in a pretty good
No,
time?
we haven't finished them yet, because so my alliance has a lot of working adults that just don't have time to blitz all day. They want to, they just can't. And so yeah, we have a good amount of people that are doing really well and doing a ton of blitz, but we have some people that aren't doing as much. So we did pretty good. I'd have to check exactly where we're at, but we got most of the way through them, but I don't think we're gonna hit them all.
Yeah, we got some crazy people in our alliance. I think we hit them in less than a week, but I still haven't hit the orb opening milestones, like all of them. I'm way far off of those. So. Well,
that one has room for you to buy a bunch from with cores.
I think that's what they want, right? But that one, we got a new login character. Of Storm. I think she's been a login character before, if I'm not mistaken. But what are your thoughts on Storm being the login character for this month of September?
So sometimes, like, there's an obvious theme, and you can kind of figure out why they chose a certain character to be a login character. I have no idea why they chose Storm. There's probably a reason. Let us know in the comments if you figure out why they went with Storm. There's usually
put your tinfoil hats on, guys. Let us know what you think.
Like, if it was in and sometimes it's like kind of corny stuff. I'm not saying that this is what it was, but like if Storm had been like the May character, it would have been like April flowers bring May showers. Like they just like Groot was, if I remember correctly, Groot was December because he was the Christmas tree. Stuff like that. They have things that make sense to them. So see if you can figure out why Storm made sense for them in September. But
yeah, I haven't figured it
anyway,
out.
I mean, I don't mind it. I have a 7-star Storm, but it's been a long time since the login calendar character was a character I actually needed. But Storm is a great character to give new players. If I was a new player, I'd be super thrilled. Like if I was a brand new player, you're already getting Wolverine every day from the dailies. Now you're gonna have Storm, and you got that early X-Men synergy.
Mutants.
She's good in raid.
You had Magneto unlocked right around the corner. You got more mutants, right?
But I mean, it's just a good way to start off your roster, and she's such a solid raid character too.
Yeah.
So,
and I think she's in a Mystic campaign, so she's not easily farmable for newer players. So.
Yeah, I'd have to check. And then you can get Deadpool from the arena store. So get some mutants going.
Yeah, Mystic 2-3. She's on Mystic 2-3. So
yeah, so this is great for new players, and she's a super solid raid character. So
yeah, very solid, and maybe required for this Ultimate 7. I know when our alliance did the Ultimate 7, we needed at least 4 people on each strike team with a really strong Storm that would be charging her for the mini bosses and the final boss. So yeah, she's a good character for the raids. And you might want to upgrade that basic of hers too for whenever Ultimate 7 comes around. Still have no idea when that's happening. But last week we had no Greek raids. Did you like that or did you not like that?
There's people on both sides of every camp, and we talked about this. As soon as the Greek raids are gone, there's people like, oh, this sucks. I need my gold. I need my resources. Bring the Greek raids back. I hate when they're not around. And then as soon as they bring them back, and people, I liked when it was relaxing. Now I have to do all this extra raiding. This is so annoying. Stop with the Greek raids.
I think I fall on both sides of that fence there, but I missed them. I missed them when they were gone. It was like I had nothing to do, and now that they're back, I'm like, oh, we get the raids back.
Look, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The rewards that they give are way worth the small amount of time and effort. Those gold orbs. Literally, I pulled a 1 million gold drop from the gold orb I got from Alpha from yesterday.
Nice. I haven't pulled one of those in a while, but I think I've had enough back-to-back that I'm not going to get any for a long, long time. Alpha raids. These are the easiest ones, I think you said, right? Of the Greek raids. It is back. You guys 100% it first time?
Mm-hmm. Well, so we screwed up the very first one because someone joined the wrong strike team.
That happens sometimes.
And went the wrong lane. Yeah, but if that hadn't happened, we're gonna 100% the one we're doing. We will be 100%ing every day for Alpha, which I don't believe we do for Beta or Gamma. Although we've been steadily increasing how many days each week we go for 100% of the others. But yeah, this one's the easy one.
It is. All right, we got another character coming up in another Blitz after the Human Torch. We talked about him last week. Probably getting an offer for him this week, you think, right?
I think you usually put this video up in the morning or in the afternoon, so I think the day this video gets posted, that day at 5 p.m., which will be Wednesday at 5 p.m., I'm thinking we're looking at a Mr. Fantastic offer.
Well, yeah. What are your thoughts on the character?
So I haven't looked at him since the tier list, but excuse me, I am excited for him.
Just some general thoughts then, off of memory.
I remember he has a targeted stun, which is kind of nice, but he's mainly like a high health controller, which being a high health controller is nice because other controllers are kind of squishy, but I don't remember him having really any AoE. His basic was good because it hit a lot of targets. I remember it hits like a primary and chains like 3 people, so that's good, but it's not hitting for a ton of damage, so it's just a good utility basic. But for me, the big thing from his kit wasn't the one targeted stun for one turn, which you need tier 4s in just to make it a guaranteed stun. For me, the big one was he will have the focus to remove defense up from anyone, even Colossus, and big. that's really big. Just again, I feel like I don't know if that alone is enough to make him a strong solo character. That makes him like a very niche pick, and I hope that you're able to get the right value out of him once he's done his job of stripping someone like Juggernaut, who has crazy resistance when he has the immunity, or Colossus, who when he has the defense up has crazy resistance, or Thanos when he's taunting, but he has the ability to pull these defense ups off of targets that otherwise wouldn't give up their defense ups, and that is very valuable. I just hope that, once you've done that, he's not too much of a liability while he's there. I think he'll be great on the Fantastic Four.
I mean, I agree. I think he's going to be great on the Fantastic Four. Do you think there's any scenario where you'd use any of these Fantastic Four team characters outside of a full Fantastic Four team? I mean, their passives synergize so well with each other. I don't even know if you would be using them outside of that team. Do you see anything in their kits that would suggest that for you?
Well, so I think the Thing is a very strong solo character. I use the Thing for some random stuff. Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't, like again for Blitz and War, you're definitely gonna want to keep them together, because why break them up when they're so strong together? But it's like none of them are so terrible that they can't be used on their own. Like if you want to with Johnny Storm, you can use Star-Lord and make his ult turn 2, and that can be really devastating. And he offense ups himself for 2 turns, so he doesn't even need any help. Like he'll just offense up on turn 1, and then ult on turn 2. So there might be some arena meta where having Johnny ult on turn 2 is super, super useful. Who knows? But yeah, the one, and again, we don't have enough info yet. We don't know Sue Storm's ability energy costs, and we don't know her base stats. We don't know her speed, stuff like that. But a lot of times the legendary does great solo or paired with one other. So it's a little early to say, but I think Sue Storm Johnny will be like the power couple from that team. You know how like on Brotherhood Hybrids you'll just see Magneto Juggernaut?
Yeah. Or a Phoenix Colossus. Fury Security. So I'm thinking Sue Johnny is kind of the strongest power couple to pull from that team. So we might see that pair popping up, but again, until we have more information on her, we'll see. I can't wait to test this team out, just to see if they are as good in real life as they are on paper, or game life. It's not real life, but anyway. Data mines. It looks like we have a Red Star featuring, according to the data mines, featuring the X-Men, and you think there's a solid date on this one, right?
Yeah. So there's not a date in the data mine, but so extrapolating, like the Wakandan Red Star is ending today, the day this video is posting, because the Mr. Fantastic Red Star window is starting, which is one of the reasons why we're very confident that his offer is going to launch. And so his Red Star window ends on the 11th. So I would guess that as soon as that ends, the X-Men will pick it up on the 12th. So I think that we're looking at the Phoenix event right around there. And, they might wait 3 days or something before they do the X-Men featured Red Star, but until we have reason to believe that, I'm thinking the 12th is when that'll kick off, and that makes a lot of sense for when we'd get Phoenix, and it actually leaves, if they want, enough room between Phoenix and Sue, who is said to be late September, for them to do at least one more legendary. So
I mean, they did say mid-September, and that would align perfectly with what they said previously, right?
It would put her in mid-September. I don't remember if they specifically said mid-September, but it's
I think they said it in some communication. I'll try to find it and post it behind me as I'm doing this, but I know a lot of people told me that they mentioned mid-September for this one, so
probably a devlog then.
Yeah. One other thing, guys. We mentioned in conspiracy theory, Mr. Fantastic coming to Red Star Orbs. If you're going to buy him, open your orbs hoping to get Mr. Fantastic before you buy him. Just in case. If you're going to open the orbs anyway to try to pull Mr. Fantastic, because the tinfoil hat that we talked about last week is if you don't have the character, you're more likely to get red stars on him. Small sample size, but it appears that way from the evidence
that it's true.
Seeing. So, all right. Let's talk about this awesome survey that a lot of people got in their inbox about skins. Would you want to buy a skin, Khasino, for $50 for one character?
No. Nope. Someone said it best. I saw a comment where they're like, in League of Legends, like the most premium skin there is, one with like custom 10 hours of music and custom animations, and like the skin has like different modes, and so like there's one legendary skin that combines 2 different themes each time you play. You pick and put it together, and so there's like 20 combinations of ways the skin can appear in the game, and they only charge $25 for it.
Wait a minute.
What the hell is Marvel Strike Force gonna do for $50?
What if they put a hat on a character like Deadpool or something? Would that be worth 50 bucks
50
for you at that
sold.
point?
Done.
Because that's what I was thinking too. If they put a hat on one of the characters, I would definitely spend 50 bucks on
50
that
bucks
thing.
for Deadpool fedora?
Yeah.
Sold.
I was thinking the chef's hat, like in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, but yeah, fedora would work
Chef's
too.
hat. Yeah, don't be ridiculous, Valley.
All right, on a serious note though, how much would you be willing to pay for just a cosmetic skin on a character in this game?
Well, so I've actually said this a few times, just in various other videos I've done, but I feel like very confident in what I would say a skin would be worth. So this is a little different than how I'm guessing they would just do, like, it's a skin. You know, skins are this price.
Yeah, let's say it's pure cosmetic. No.
Right. Well, bear with me. This is a bit of a longer answer than you wanted. But
I love it. I love it. Keep going. I love the long
I love any opportunity to say this. I think I have a really, really good idea here. I will stake my claim. I really like this idea. I think enough other people agree with me. But so in League, they have different tiers of skins and they're different prices depending on what things they change.
Okay.
The lowest tier skin is called a chroma, and it's not even a skin, it's just they change some of the colors. So like instead of red Deadpool, it's just white Deadpool. Not a new skin, not new animations, not new weapons, just a color change. And that can apply to a lot of characters. Like Spider-Man has plenty of suits where it would literally just be like, we just changed the colors on the suit, added some stripes, whatever it is. That I would pay $5 for, because it's they make it once, super easy, doesn't take a lot of it.
That's more than I would pay
next,
for that.
$5 one time, and then you can always maybe you want a blue Spider-Man. You just really like how Spider-Man looks in navy, so for $5 you always have Spider-Man in navy.
Spider-Man, baby.
Just one example. But so then the next tier would be a appearance and model change, but that's it. So for example, instead of the normal Iron Man that we have, it would be just a different armor, like the classic one, that doesn't have like the bulky shoulders. No, like the one with like smooth shoulders, like the Infinity War Iron Man.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, that one. And so that's it. Just like they had to make a different model. He definitely looks different, but that's it. None of the other animations change.
But
he looks different. That $9.99.
Oh man! All right.
And then it's $10 one time.
Hold on. I would go $1 for the palette swap and $3 or $4 for the other one, the more complicated one. Sounds like you got one more though. Don't
get me wrong, I do have one more, but I wouldn't be mad if your pricing scheme is what they put in, right?
Well,
that'd be great.
Obviously, the lower the better, right?
Yeah, I could say I'd go 50 cents for one and $1 for super premium, but
a pack with a bunch of them. Cool.
It has to be worth their time to make. And the other thing is, I want all cosmetic skins. I don't want skins that add stats. I don't want skins that change traits. So they are gonna want to make a certain amount of money for their time investment in skins. And so if they don't make enough just off them being cosmetic, they will change what they have to sell the amount of skins they want to sell, is my guess. So that's why I'm trying to be like a little generous with what I'd pay. But again, think about it. Like if you could just have Iron Man's armor change like one time, $10, is that big of a hit for you for the rest of your playing career to have Iron Man in different armor? Like I don't know.
I mean, for me, not that important.
No, it's not.
So that's why not everyone's going to get that much for it.
All right. Well, but you might now imagine it's your favorite character. It's Hulk. So you can change Hulk just to be, Gladiator.
Like as big as he's supposed to be. I would pay $5 for that. Okay. I wouldn't pay. I don't like that mini Hulk that we got in the game.
Killing me. All right.
I'm biased towards the Hulk, but everybody else.
I'm running my idea by one person. Like, nah, I don't like it. But anyway, so I got one more tier, and I'll start off with the price here because
I like your idea. I just don't like the pricing, but okay.
$19.99 is what I imagine for the Super Deluxe Premium skin. But Super Deluxe Premium skin would not only change the model completely, it would change the animations and the particle effects. It would change the load-in animation. Okay. Their actual abilities would be the same, but like
and the damage and all the stats and everything would be the same.
Right. The gameplay functionality would be the same, but it would look totally different.
Okay.
So like we'll go like Stormbreaker Thor he would still do an AoE that lightning struck everyone and could stun people, but it would look like him throwing Stormbreaker around like a big boomerang, and or whatever, he would make a big lightning maelstrom.
That'd be cool.
So, something cool like that.
What is your price point for that?
And you could have somewhere in the middle, because so changing like animations that require like rigging, like like making Spider-Man do a different flip is a lot of work, whereas like just changing a particle effect, like changing Iron Man's unibeam from blue to red, that the second one is easier. So you could even have like a $14.99, which is like we'll change the model and we'll change the particle effects, and then the super premium is we'll change the rigging, animations, particle effects, everything. So maybe even 4 tiers.
What would you pay for the? What would you pay for the first? I guess a third tier.
The super premium?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to call that 4th tier. I know I've been confusing and explaining this. I added a tier in the middle of this idea, but for the super premium one, $19.99 for me. 19. Which $19.99. It's a little steep, but it if it's a character you really like and it's just a super badass skin and everyone's going to see it in Alliance War, let's just say I've spent more money for less gratifying purchases in this game.
No, that's not
hand to God. Believe it or not.
All right, depending on the character, I would go between 9 and 19 for that.
All right.
It depends on the character, though. It has to be a good character. It has to be enough changes that I'm like, oh, that is cool. So.
But anything more than $20 is like, come on, we're just talking about something cosmetic. No thanks. But again, I worry. I've heard it thrown out there that they would do things like make skins that change tags or make skins that change stats. So I don't want them to even entertain the idea. I hate the idea, but we both know if they made skins like, oh, this skin.
I don't have a problem with tags.
I could tolerate tags. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't quit over it.
Yeah. You got an extra person to that you don't have to farm hand assassin. That would be cool. An extra mystic controller. Right,
but then it still becomes it just would become a little bit of a, like, inevitably there's some performance enhancement there where it's like, oh, if you don't have Iron Spider, you can't run Spider-Man on the tech team, you can't run the best tech team.
Yeah. That could lead to a bunch of problems.
Inevitably there's going to be skins that you have to have as a competitive player if they do that.
All right, so they sent out the surveys. I hope they're taking the feedback and it ends up being something good, because I know that they've been talking about skins since Comic-Con last year, so hopefully it ends up being good. New comment from Cerebro. Now, this was on the Envoy server, and most of the stuff we cannot share from that server, except from one channel, the Mechanics channel. And on that channel, this evening, as we were recording this, he was talking about AIM. And the comment that he made, and let me get your reaction to this, he said, anything currently awry with Scientist Supreme should be addressed in the near future. What do you think this means? Do you think that Scientist Supreme is getting fixed, her bugs fixed, or do you think this means that AIM is the AIM rework that has been rumored is coming very, very soon?
I think the latter one, and I think you do too.
I think I do too.
But yeah, the way he said it, like, anything that's wrong with Scientist Supreme, don't worry about it in the near future. Yeah, that doesn't sound to me like we're really hunkering down on fixing any bugs in Scientist Supreme's kit. Now that sounds like we got plans in store for her. Don't you worry.
That's what I took it as too. I just wanted to play devil's advocate in case anybody else thought it meant something different. But
as the owner of a massive Scientist Supreme that I mainly powered up for the memes on stream, my body is ready.
Man, I'm very curious to see what will happen to AIM if they get their rework, if and when they get their rework.
Give me my green goddess.
Oh, she could, with some slight changes to her kit, she could be such a strong character. Just some slight, like some cooldowns and some other things.
Ronan had his day, but Scientist Supreme better get a whole week. Let's go.
She better. She's been so bad for so long. All right, enough with that. AIM maybe coming soon. Maybe Scientist Supreme or the rest of them getting reworked. But and then that new AIM character that people have been talking about that has been rumored. on the show last week. So if you don't know who the rumored characters are, make sure you watch last week's news video. But you have some rumors. You've heard some rumors about some upcoming characters coming after those characters that were announced last week. I don't know if you can name them by name, but are there any hints that you could give about some rumored characters?
Well, so let me be clear. I mean, for what it's worth, because it's rumored, I can just say say whatever names I want. The main reason that I haven't just been like, oh, we're getting this character, this character, and this character is because I don't know how true these rumors are. And so it's very important that I specify who they are. So I'm kind of waiting. I have heard a couple names, 2 more characters that would allegedly be coming the patch after the next patch, but I don't even know if this source of rumors is true yet. So I'm not worried about patch after next until I see, I'll feel more comfortable divulging a little bit more if I see that the rumors have been proving true. So I don't want to say much. I don't want to give out identities and create, unnecessary hype or be attached to false rumors. But people like, they like trying to guess. They like little hints. So I'll simply say this. The couple of characters that I had heard rumored for the patch after next are both Halloween themed. They fit the month of October. One of them is fairly mainstream, and the other not so much.
Lot of different possibilities there, guys. Leave your comment, leave your guesses in the comments down below. Okay, it's late. We always do these so late. Sometimes I can't talk very well, but yeah. Looking forward to see what that pans out to. And I guess the final thing that I want to talk to you about, PAX West. You were there last week. Sounds like there was a lot going on there, a lot of fun. Any big takeaways that you want to talk about PAX West?
There was a lot going on. I mean, I mainly went to see what I could do with sponsors, see if I could acquire some new sponsors. So that looked really good. Got some really promising contact info, so we'll see what develops there.
Good stuff.
But it really, for me, it was about networking. So, I saw some cool games and stuff, but we can talk more about that, on stream or something like that. But the only takeaway that was really even kind of related to Marvel Strike Force, there was no Marvel presence, there was no Fox Next or anything like that. The only real takeaway was I met up, I did a Twitch event, I met my partner manager and all that, and they were really happy with how the front page stream went when I did the Q&A with Cerebro, and they want me to do another one in September. So nothing is official yet, no dates or anything, but it's very possible that I'll do another Twitch front page stream this month. And
Jason Bender was on the Ravager Report podcast. Maybe he'd be on
that's true, yeah.
Stream, right?
Maybe I can see if I can get the creative director on board for something, or maybe I can get Cerebro back, or maybe we'll do something special.
Both of them.
Outside of those two things, I don't know, but gonna try to cook something up good. So that was really promising too. So a lot of good news on that front.
Nice. All right, so shameless promotion time. Anything that you want to shamelessly promote before we wrap this up?
Sure, let's pitch. I got a video that, I guess if they're watching this on Wednesday, a video that went up on Tuesday. I put up a new Orange Essentials video for Fury Shield. If you want to know which tier 4 materials I think are absolutely necessary for Fury Shield, check that out. And then
very nice thumbnail, by the way. I like that one.
Oh, thank you. Made it myself. And then a video going up the same day as this video, I did the Orange Essentials for the Sinister 6.
Ooh,
that one was hotly demanded, and
that is
spoiler alert,
by myself
they need
as well.
A lot of them. So yeah, so that'll be good. So check that out. That's youtube.com/Khasino, and of course I stream Marvel Strike Force every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Khasino, every day at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, anyone's welcome to join my Discord, discord.gg/Khasino. We got Blitz predictions, infographics, videos, content creator Q&A, and more. So check it out.
Cool. So yes, all the links are down below, guys. Make sure you check out Khasino. And I hope you guys like this video. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Join the notification squad. Ring that bell, guys. Oh yeah. Check out some of the links down below. Make sure you check out ClanHQ, BlueStacks. Those are some good stuff there. And share this with your friends, and check out some of my other videos as well. I think I said that already, but I am, it is late and I am hyped. So thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Gift card winners will be announced next video. So I hopefully we'll see you guys there. Until then, Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin, out.